Hey everybody, what is up and welcome back to the garden. Today we have got a lot to talk about. Mainly I want to give you guys a full tour of the unheated greenhouse or unheated hoop house, whichever you like to call it. It has been so cold here. We've already had snow and temperatures down into the teens Fahrenheit. You'll see that I already have my row cover out, my frost blankets out on top of those hoops, and I have been using them already. But it did warm up just a little bit, so I wanted to take this opportunity to show you what I've got growing. Here on the left, I am using Agribon 30 frost blanket, and on the right, I am using Agribon 50. The main reason I'm using Agribon 50 on the right is because I have some scented stock plants over there on the right, and it seems in my yard the scented stalks are very sensitive to cold. They don't handle it as well as some of the other plants, so I have a little bit heavier frost blanket on that side. First up, I have some anemones. A lot of my anemone corms actually rotted this year, which is kind of disappointing. I'm going to have to figure out what I did wrong, but I do have quite a few of them. Some of the more hard to find varieties too. I'm really eager to see those. Usually these begin blooming. They're probably the first thing that starts blooming in late winter, usually the end of January into the beginning of February is when we first start seeing these anemone corms start to bloom. Also in this row, we really have kind of a hodgepodge of different types of flowers. There's a couple of Clarkia seedlings, mountain garland variety Clarkia. I didn't get great germination on that, so we don't have too many. Also have some clary sage or tricolor sage in here with those nice crinkled leaves, and of course some calendula. These are just kind of the packets that I had, kind of odds and ends. I started some of them in trays. I started a lot of them just direct sow just to see what happened though. I definitely went around it kind of lazily sowing the seeds this year. When we move further down the row, this is especially true. I had about a 4-foot length of the tunnel dedicated to larkspur. Now, larkspur, the seeds are very small and they're difficult to transplant, and even when you do transplant them, they generally do not transplant well. So, I direct sowed my larkspur seeds into the hoop house. The thing about larkspur is they can take up to, a month to germinate. So I was seeing very little germination in the hoop house. So what I did is I went back and I planted some ranunculus on top of them. So one of two things will happen. Either we'll have only ranunculus, or we will have ranunculus and then we will have larkspur after the ranunculus. Hopefully they don't interfere with each other if the larkspur does decide to grow. You win some, you lose some, and honestly, I don't have very much space in this greenhouse at all, so I'm just kind of, making the best of what I have. Going down the middle, I do have these really nice sweet peas. I think I ended up picking 5 different varieties of sweet peas to grow down the middle of this trellis this season. The germination rate was great with these. I soaked the seeds and then I direct sowed them. They are about 7 inches tall. Actually, they're a little bit taller than I would like them to be, but I think they're going to be fine as long as I give them a little bit protection with a frost blanket on the coldest of nights. So far, so good with the sweet peas, though. Moving along in the same row, we just have some more odds and ends, things like Chinese forget-me-nots. This is my first season growing the taller variety of Chinese forget-me-nots. It should be interesting how that plays out. I also have some agrostemma in here. I'm not sure if I showed it. I'll be sure to label everything as I show it on the screen. Also, some Madame Butterfly double snapdragons. I am so excited for these. Last year, we grew the pink Chantilly snapdragons. I do have a couple Chantilly snapdragons outside without protection. I'm trying to see if they will make it through my winter without protection. So who knows if they'll make it or not. But I am so eager to see these Madame Butterfly snapdragons. They are double. They come in a wide range of beautiful colors. I am just so pumped. Before we get to the other side of the hoop house, I also have some pansies. I just planted these in the middle of the row. I didn't have room for them. They're squished in there pretty tight. The same thing with the phlox, the annual phlox. I'm giving those a try again. And they're just squished in wherever. Also, freesia squished in everywhere. Freesia is very much an experiment I'm trying this year, and I'm sure I'll let you guys know how it goes for me. Anyway, on to the other side of the hoop house here. Bells of Ireland, technically a biennial, technically probably does not need to be in the hoop house. But I'm really trying to learn and get a grasp for Bells of Ireland and growing it here in my zone. So I'm going to grow it in the hoop house and, see if I can master it in the hoop house first. Leaves are getting nice and big, which I'm really excited about. Also mixed in here, we have some Icelandic poppies. I ordered a tray of Icelandic poppies. The grower had a seed failure because it was so hot late in the season, and then I got these plugs, and they are teeny tiny, and I had to just throw them in the ground before the ground froze because it was about 5 weeks later than I had anticipated planting them. At this point, I don't think it's a loss yet, but we're just going to cross our fingers and see how it goes. Beyond the Bells of Ireland, another flower that I'm very excited about are our scented stalks. As I've already mentioned, I'm making extra certain to take care of those. Varieties I'm growing this year, I think I have Quartet Rainbow, which is a kind of creamy color with a little kind of pink tinges in it. And I'm also growing the Cat's Formula Mix, which is obviously just a mix of colors. These are off to an absolutely rockin' start. They're getting nice and big. Last year that was something that happened is they got frost damaged really badly. So they didn't grow very well when it came time to bloom and actually only had a few blooms. So if I can get these to bloom to at least, their full potential, I will be extremely happy about that. Beyond the stalks are my favorite thing ever, ranunculus. Seriously, hardy annuals and spring bulbs are my favorite flowers. There's so much beauty. The tulips, the ranunculus, the snapdragons, the sweet peas. There's just so much I can say about how much I love these flowers. This year, admittedly, I went insanely overboard on the ranunculus. So I pretty much ordered ranunculus corms anywhere I could find them. I ordered a really pretty mix from Eden Brothers, which was kind of pricey and shipped really late, but it's in the ground. I ordered some from Tulip World, just the basic colors. Those are up and growing. Most importantly, though, and the thing I'm most excited about is I ordered some ranunculus bulbs from Floret. If you've ever tried to order anything from Floret before, you know that stuff sells out so quickly. I literally sat in front of my computer waiting for the sale to go live. I was able to get one packet of every single one of the colors she offers, except for the ranunculus bonbon. I totally forgot that like a big dummy. I thought I had all the colors, but I had apparently forgotten that one. I am most excited about Floret's Champagne Ranunculus and the Labelle Salmon. So pumped up. Hopefully they grow well. Hopefully we can see those creamy, rich, orangey, champagne colored salmon tones. Hopefully I didn't forget too many things. There really is a lot going on in this hoop house. The thing about starting my own seeds, it really is a learning process, and some packets do better than others, so I do have a lot of different things dispersed throughout, kind of mixed in. Everything I plant is in a big, large row, unfortunately. I wish it was, but I don't have the space and I don't have the talent yet for that, but I'm working on it for sure. That's really about it for this video. I hope that it was somehow helpful. If you have any suggestions for new videos down in the comments below now that it's winter, let me know about it. I'll do my best to make those videos. It's just I probably won't have too much content coming out because of the cold weather and the changes on YouTube, which kind of freaked me out, not gonna lie. I don't know what I'm gonna do or what the future of the channel really is at this point. If you're new and you like this video, be sure to subscribe. I would absolutely love to have you. We're making new content all the time about mostly gardening, cut flowers, that kind of thing. Be sure to tell your friends, all that good stuff. Share it on Facebook, share it wherever. Let people know we're trying to grow the channel. I hope that you are having such an amazing day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.